Dundee Street. Would you believe that?
Take your order.
Aye, can I get a large tea, please? Can I get 3 milks, please? Cheers. Here then. Voith, wow, what? Oh my. I can't believe it. This honestly is truly a constant. Voith transmissions. Oh, from there you could see Jeremy Clarkson's house. In my 1400-mile England Excursion series, I set off from my home Scottish city of Dundee to England's Barrow and Furness, then to the famous YouTuber Mark of Perton Electronics in Wolverhampton. Then I visit London's Kensington, Tottenham, Westminster, Croydon and Brixton, including the famous Electric Avenue areas of London. After London, I then travel to Jeremy Clarkson's Diddley Squat Farm and the local areas. After that, I return back to Barrow and Furness to visit more of Barrow. I hope you enjoy my series and thank you for selecting it. In this episode, I visit London's Brixton area, including the famous Electric Avenue. Right, so I'm sort of quite a bit away from where I set off and still en route to Brixton. I'm starting to have sort of saying 1 minute it was 3 miles, now it's up to 4.5 and following the route all the way. It's like it doesn't even care how far it is. But I'll no record all, I'll record some of the roads just to show you how busy it is and how chaotic the roads are. It's just, you know, these cyclists and that, the motorcycles, they're everywhere. People walk out in front of you and everything. It's just, this is the way it is in London. This will be like a normal day at the office for the turn right in London. They just, you know, they just go for it. You know, they just really, they've got any option. They'll not get anywhere otherwise. So that seems to be what they do down here. You know, it's totally it's wild. But so I'll get some footage en route to Brixton. So I'm not quite sure where I am, and it's Stephen High School Road. So I've just got to keep on. I don't know what best lane to be in. I'll just stay in this lane because it's straight on for both of them. Actually, further on I can see it's going to go into a bus lane anyway. So I didn't really want to. I thought the traffic was starting to move. That's why I put the camera on to get you a wee bit of the streets. But no sooner did I think that, and back in bloody stuck behind traffic again. So it's always just typical, really. Because I got a bit of a Christ almighty. I got a bit of a stretch, you know, when I was moving, and I thought, oh, I'll maybe caught some footage. So as soon as I do that, that's when we get stuck in congestion again. Bloody typical. Oh, what? This is straight on lane and turning right, so I'm stuck behind them. All the lights on the right. Oh, pause it. This is going to be wasting time. Right, got in anyway. So I had to move into the inside lane because there's no filter for cars turning right on that lane. There's no right hand filter. So obviously there's 2 lanes, one for the inside lane and this lane. And because there's no filter, I'm stuck bloody behind them. So I saw a gap on the inside, but watch for bikes and that coming in on the inside. So I got past them. I'm going to move again. No doubt we'll get stuck again in bloody traffic. Tell you one thing, let's take a day in London, take your car in London, and that'll certainly give you plenty of blooming thrills and spills. If you're not from London, that is because I'm not from around here, like, so. Sat nav's that's my navigator. So, there's a park on the right, what's that now? Crystal Palace, Norwood, 1A2, 1-4, didn't see much. Big, would have been a big bit of grassy area there, not quite sure. And on the left, well, it doesn't matter what's on the left, but angle it. So what I'll do is I'll pause this because it's just queuing up again. Right, we're starting to move. So, come on, if you can just lights and that, eh? You know what I mean? Just moving it goes back to a red light again. Never mind. I'll just pause it. I'll wait till it stopped. I shouldn't have touched it, but right, because I can see the lights are going to change to red, or at least I think they are, because it went to red on the other side. So you got the green man now. So that's why I unpaused it, because it stopped. It shouldn't have, well, even in traffic, you're not meant to touch any device. This is fucking. Come on! For sake. Right. With speed here because the speed cameras and that. Right. Yeah. It shouldn't be long in changing now. Yeah, that's good. Traffic would just keep moving instead of stop. Every time I want to get going, the red lights come on. It's just you just see brake lights all the time in London. That's all you see is brake lights, 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 brake lights. That's all you ever see. Well, so as soon as I'm thinking we're going, we're just stopped again. The traffic just inches forward, and you get bikes, as I say, they're not lit up. They're all and darkened colours, the bikes, and no reflectors or lights, and they're just, you know, they come right at you, right in front of you, and all round you and everything. It's just mayhem. So the thing is, when you leave a gap, you know, as soon as you leave a gap, somebody's going to fill it by pulling it or walking out, or the lights will go against you because there's a gap. You see, I like to leave a bit of braking distance in front of the car. I like to leave a bit of braking distance between me and the car in front. As soon as you do that, it's just, you know, you can't take your eye off the ball for 1 minute. There's people wearing a cross, all dressed in dark clothing, they just walk out. I mean, I don't know how taxi drivers could, or bus drivers, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't drive here all the time like that. It would drive me mad. Oh, but all you're seeing is a car in front. Right. Light, maybe get. I need to get my tea. Well, find somewhere in Brixton. I'll find somewhere to eat shortly because I'm getting a bit hungry now. Fucking box junctions. Well, I've cleared it, so I'm not doing nothing wrong. We cleared it, the red lights. So as long as the box junction's kept clear. And when you edge back, make sure there's nobody behind you because they're all over the place. So, you know, dark clothing, no, well, street lighting obviously, but it's, you know, people weaving in and out traffic all the time. In off this box junction, all but I'm in that. Yeah, so. Just going back and into it. And off the box junction anyway, so. Because there will be strict here, like, the wardens and that, the cameras catch you in a box junction and sure they'll probably do you for it. So now it's got ultra low emission zone ahead, 1 mile ahead. My car complies with it because I've already checked on the Google. So, and I've a government website as well. I've done it on 2 of them. I've checked it again. I've screen saved it, so it definitely my car complies with these. The compliance for the emissions. So In case you don't know, well, you probably know my car by now. It's a 2011 1.8 TSI petrol. Now, how the heck am I supposed to get across here when everybody's sitting on the box junction? That's just fucking bastard typical, that is it? Sorry for my language. Bloody traffic! Fucking sick of this. What the hell with this? That's it, just Brixton, what bus is going to Brixton? It's 109. P30, Stratham, 159. So, on Stratham High Road. Still says 3 mile to Brixton. So is he parked or what? I don't care what that guy in the inside line's doing, because if I go in that, not sure, if I go in that inner lane, he'll be stopped and parked. So I'm just going in the outer lane and staying in this lane. I need to get my tea anyway, get a bit hungry. So this is, let's check out the name of that. So, bus go to Croydon. The car and that, once it's been, see when the car's in this stop and start malarkey, it starts to pink because the engine compartment and the engine gets warm. The cooling system's fine, but all the surrounding areas, because there's no any ram air going through the grille, it's, in other words, just the stop start pussy about, the car starts to, the engine, all the components underneath start heating up and it pre-ignites sometimes on the acceleration. I've noticed that with a lot of petrol, all the cars I've had are petrol cars, and this one's, this does it. This doesn't like this carry-on. It's not good for the clutch either, because you're constantly slipping the clutch for stopping and starting. So the electric cars and the engine, you know, the stop-start, I don't think that would do the start motor any good for a stop-start, but the electric cars or hybrid cars, this would probably be the best option, you know, to have one of these types of cars for this kind of, this I don't know how you could call this driving, it's just moving car park. But, you'd be better off with you'd be probably better off just hiring the blooming, you can drive in this car, park it at the hotel, just getting a hire electric. I mean, this cooling's alright on this, the cooling fan will be kicked in, you know, it'll be keeping the engine cool, or suck air in from the front through the radiator to keep the cooling. Cooling's fine, I've checked all the cooling before it's set off. Check it as well on the end, and it's okay with this, but because there's no any air coming through the front, you know, ram air, like all the pipes and hoses, everything underneath the bonnet gets warm, gets hot. Well, certainly it behaves a wee bit differently anyway, because I know that I could hear it pinking now and again just from time to time on acceleration. So, and it generally does that with cars I've had. It's stop start kind of stuff, you know, just inching along in traffic. So it's 2.5 miles to Brixton. So I don't know how these guys could do it, like how they could drive buses in this. It would just, I don't know how they could. It would drive me mad. I really would. I just couldn't. I couldn't do their job. I really couldn't. I would, you know, I don't know how they could. I suppose they've grown up yet, like, you know, this will be their, they'll be in there another day in the office for these guys, like, but, you know, when you think Dundee's bad, that's nothing. Come down here and drive about London for a day, and you'll certainly be in for a surprise. If you think Dundee's bad for traffic,
after 400 yards, go straight on A23 Brixton Hill.
So you hear it pinking there, you hear the car pinking there. It was accelerating a wee bit, so sometimes it does that. It's because it's, as I say, it's pre-ignition, and it doesn't do the engine any good, that. And this is what's the time? 7:45, and this is what the traffic's like at 7:45 at night. It's just, you know, I don't think you can even have a peak time. You can't clog the roads up anymore if you tried.
Go straight on A23 Brixton Hill. So
I can't sightsee on the roads like this. I mean, you see lots of things I like to have a look at in depth, but you can't take your eye off the road for 1 second. This is one of the depots there, bus depots. I would have liked it. I looked at it, but you can't even do that for a split second, because as I say, there's far too much going on. You know, there's just people everywhere, bikes. You've got to be in the ball when you're driving about these streets. It's not like. That's why they've reduced the speed. I'm no surprise that they've reduced the speed limit to 20 miles an hour, because you can't even get to that speed. Even if you were doing faster, it would just be so difficult to. Jeez, thanks for dazzling us. That main beam on there, and it's my eyes. Like I say, really busy here. I mean, this is probably nothing to the Londoners. Londoners will be like another day in the office. It's just be another day in the office for these guys, like, sure. I don't know what they get paid an hour, the bus drivers here. I mean, it'll probably be more in Dundee. The cost of living in Dundee, cost of living in London will probably be more than what it is in Dundee, sure. So, I was hoping to get a wee bit of streets for you. I've got some. I think I'll probably just stop the video at this point, the driving bit, because it's going to make it too long. But our moving, it says 1.5 miles to Brixton, but I think I'll just switch it off when I get there. However, looking ahead, that might look quite good, because you might be able to see the skyscrapers on the horizon there. I hope you can see that. Clear the window, but I mean, the window's always got to be kept clean anyway, but you might just be able to make that out right in front. You can see all the red lights and the skyscraper lights in the centre of London. That looks pretty smart, actually. That's quite cool. I quite like that. I'm glad I got that on camera for you. I hope it comes out well on the playback. And on Brixton Hill. So looking dead ahead, I can see the big towers in the centre of London. That is quite an impressive sight. I could see it with my naked eye clearly. I don't know how well it's going to come out on the camera, like, but it might be a bit low now because that car in front's blocking the view, but I can see over it. It's really there is, when I was going over the Dartford crossing, I paid for that, by the way. It's £2.50. I've done that before I set off for Croydon, for the bridge car park. When I was driving along the Dartford crossing, the bridge, you got an excellent view over to the right of the Dundee. I wished I had the camera on there, but I didn't think of that. It would have been probably too long a video anyway, so. But yeah, it's quite impressive. Oh, I smell that curry paradise Indian cuisine and getting really hungry now. So I think when I get to Brixton I'll maybe head for something to eat first, then I'll have a wander about, because I need to burn off the energy of that. I'll get the food, I'll get the tea, and then I'll have energy to burn while I wander around on foot.
After 600 yards, turn right A2217, Cold Harbour Lane.
It's another mile according to this, and we're kind of moving, so I've got a bus line on the left there for the.
After 400 yards, turn right.
What am I doing? Going straight on this then, am I? Probably will do, yeah. Because I'm turning right is about 300 yards from now. And this is a straight on lane, so I'll keep on. But it's only ahead only because you can see on the traffic light there, this is ahead only. You can't turn right here. And this turning you can't because it's straight ahead only. So. And then the right side for veering off to the right, because the road splits, it goes into a Y, and then taking the right hand Y onto Cold Harbour Lane. So at the moment I'm on Brixton Hill, and then that road on the right there that I can't turn right on is St Matthew's Road. So I've just thought I'd let you know where I am exactly in London, and we're off again. It's a right Gemini bodywork on the left, Volvo B9 TL bus. It's on the 133, not that one on the right, the one on the left, sorry. The one on the right I'm not sure.
After 200 yards, turn right, A2217, Cold Harbour Lane.
Yeah, right. So it's just sort of diverse now. So I'm in the right
turn right
lane now. And in the correct lane now. Don't say right lane, because you could be in the left lane and you say you're going in the right lane. You should say they're going in the correct lane, because you get the left and right mixed up. So I'm in the correct lane for turning right as it turns out. So just HV35's fleet number on that bus. I put a car park in for Brixton so I could just basically get straight to a bloody hell, on your sake. Right on the. You know what I mean? If I kept going here, I kept going in that, and then hell. But then I don't know how they drive down here. It's a totally different code. So I know a Londoner. I don't know my way about. I see what's going to happen then. So I'm going to be stuck behind this. So you got to force your way. Is that what you do it here? Is that what you've got to do? Force your way out? I mean, I could be here all night. But no end queue traffic coming up. Unless that. Is you letting me through? Well, you know what, I'm going to have to go, because he stopped to let them through, so I've got no option but to go. If I sat there I wouldn't get anywhere, so thanked them for it anyway. So as long as I thank them and they're alright with that, I think that's what you've got to do. If you don't force your way, well, I don't mean force your way, but you know what I mean. If you didn't matter move, you'll just sit there all day. So I saw the opportunity, here's the stop, so I'm just taking it, even though I had the right away. I think you knew that. I think I've seen a lot of Londoners doing that, well, drivers in London. I think that's what you've got to do, otherwise you're just not going to get anywhere. Anyway, I'm going under Low Bridge. Low Bridge. That was a good one, wasn't it? I just saw the sign Low Bridge. Yeah, going under a low bridge. That's a low bridge for a warning sign, by the way. So yeah, going under Low Bridge. Well, you know what I mean. And on Cold Harbour.
After 200 yards, turn left, Gresham Road, then turn left.
I could probably be back on the streets. I must be, well, this would be the centre of the Brixton now. Oh, I'm looking at that, that's quite interesting. And stop it, that looks really. I'm going to be having a look at them. In fact, if I get parked sooner, if I get a space now, I'm going to pull in and I'm going to get that looked at. I'm going to have a look at that video as well, show you. So I might just. I probably wouldn't have got it down there. I'll see if there's spaces, because it just means I have to walk further to get back to these buildings. They look really interesting. Oh, can't wait to show you that. Oh, wow. That is a cyclist coming down on the inside. I watch. If I see a space and taking it, failing that, I'll just go to the original car park that I put in on the sat nav. I'll just probably have to end up walking to get back to here. That means I'll just get double back, which is fair enough. I'm going to see stuff en route when I get here. So, but that does look quite interesting. That. So what I'm probably going to have to do is we're just going to be stuck here for a bit. We're going to what? It's just 110 yards and turning left. And then the car park's down that way somewhere.
After 80 yards, turn left, Gresham Road, then turn left.
It's just, I can't get nuts. That's a single yellow line, but I don't know what the restriction times are for that. Probably better know. I don't know what the restrictions are. I know that it's a single yellow, but there'll be a time saying that when and when you can't stop at part. It doesn't look like that'd be wise to stop there. In fact, I'll just read the corner there. Oh, that was quite good. Oh, I wonder if I could get any bums. It reminds me of the Scarron blocks a wee bit. Whitfield, Dundee's housing scheme, Whitfield housing scheme. So I got that look about it. So yeah, I can't wait to get a closer look at that. Right. Maybe get a bite to eat. Well no, I'm going to look at that, then I get a bite to eat. So I've got my left in here, haven't I? Right. So that single yellow line there. Well, I'll just look for the signs first.
After 300 yards, turn left, Wiltshire Road.
That's single yellows and there's people parked here. So, I'm just looking for the looking for the signs for the parking. I can't see any nearby signs. So, I'll see if there's a base there. Probably just better going the original. The original car park I was going to go there, unless I see a Pacific Bay, because probably could have parked there alright, like, but see the sign's there for the times, but that's for the bay parking. It's single yellow line there.
Turn left, Wiltshire Road.
See if this car park charges money. I'm just going to rethink this and go back to the street parking in. Sure, it's free after a certain time, so I just got to look for a vacant space. But anyway, I could see a little bit of the. See how I'm not going to get in that space. That's permits there. What is that on the left there? Oh, that's alright. No, it's Monday to Friday. We'll get in there. So we'll get parked in here. Oh wow. Oh, that's the other building. I thought it was the same ones I was looking at, but it's there's a light from another building that got my attention there. Getting a bit tighter than that and a wee bit sticking out a bit. So just as you say, when you're in these places like that, watch when you're opening the door as well, because these bikes they're everywhere. They really are. Fly about. So try to get right enough the road. It's a narrow street, you know. I don't want to be sticking out at any. Right, that'll do. Yeah, just when you're in likes of these, well, London and that, or any city really, anywhere, watch for cyclists, but especially here, because even when you're a passenger and you're opening that passenger door, they're flied on both sides of your car, so be careful. Just watch out for them. That's just the way it is down here. I mean, it's second nature to these guys. Not sure of that, but installed it unlocked it. Right, let's have a wee adventure. Just in the couple of minutes that I've sat here, I've seen like 2 police cars with the lights going on down that street there. So, usual drill, make sure everything's locked up, nothing on, no valuables on display. Go around discreetly, don't broadcast it and nothing around here. Keep my wits about us, and let's have a look at the architecture and the streets and have a look at this area, because I want to explore this area. So let's go. First thing I think I'll do though when I get out is find a toilet and something to eat. Well, actually, before I'm going to show you the buildings, I can't wait to have a closer look at that. Then I'll go and do the. And that's across my legs here. Bursting for the toilet. Right, let's go. I'll have to make a mental note where I'm parked. On the road here, this is some of the buildings in that bit. So I'm going to have and not so bad when I get moving, I'm kind of bursting for the toilet when I'm sitting still in the car. But when I get moving, it's a wee bit better. But I'm going to have to start being discreet in what I'm doing here, and have to be careful. So I'm en route to Pope's Road. Well, this is Pope's Road. This is the original car park that I was going to go to, but I'm getting free parking on the street parking there anyway, so should be alright. So I'm going to have to start watching what I'm doing though and being careful, because so I'm at Brixton Recreational Centre. Never set foot here before. I'm extra careful what I'm doing. It's not too bad, just got to keep my wits about us. So I'm going to get over to the buildings and I'll have a closer look at these buildings that I spotted earlier when I was driving out. Best way to do is keep your back to the wall when you're, just so you know what's happening behind you when you're not on your guard. I'm going to get these buildings that I was going to look at earlier. I was just actually trying to find a toilet first, and then I'll be doing that for sure. In the Brixton recreational area, I'm trying to find where the buildings are. I've kind of like lost my bearings. I'm trying to find out how to get to them. Figure out how to get to them. I'm totally lost. Not lost, but you know what I mean, I kind of find how to get to these buildings. I'm still trying to find them. But in the interim, I'm certainly covering quite a bit of the areas. Well, in Brixton village. I found them. I found the buildings. Right in front of me. It's on Summerlade Road or something. I can't remember how to pronounce it. But right, I'll be careful. I'll show you them briefly. These blocks remind me of the scarring blocks that were at the Whitfield housing scheme, the north east of Dundee. So since I was born, I was 5, I stayed in Finchley, which is on the north east corner of Dundee, and right next door to Finchley was Whitfield, or Cheviot Crescent, where I stayed. And Whitfield was right next door to it, and I remember, I mean, that resembles it. It looks very similar, just, you know, the whole layout. And that was back in the 70s, 1975 to 1980. I stayed in Cheviot. Since I was born, I was 5, and Whitfield had a lot of scarring blocks. Today, most of them have been bulldozed, but the few remaining surviving scarring blocks in Dundee's Whitfield housing scheme have been refaced, regenerated. So, but that has got a canny resemblance of Dundee's Whitfield housing scheme for the terms of the architecture. Oh, but I'd love a sneak peek inside the corridors. It's probably all secure anyway and that. Sure it will be that. I can only try. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. But I'd love to have a look inside them. I mean the corridors and that. Oh, it's fascinating design. It reminds me of my childhood, as I say, when I stayed in Cheviot Crescent. And my mum knew someone in Whitfield, so we used to go to Whitfield housing scheme. The scarring blocks are just... I look back on it, the fascinating blocks. I don't know what the architecture type of building that is, but it does resemble the scarring blocks. It looks like it, and it sort of reminds me of them. So. Oh wow, look at that. Exterior lanterns and everything. That is so much like Whitfield. Oh, it's starting to rain a bit. So yeah, I'd love to get in there. I've got to be careful just where I'm entering, because it's got the exterior staircase, exterior landings, straight landings, corridors, just like Whitfield. Cool. So I think there's just fire escapes, the steps, the exterior steps. This will be the main entrance, but I'm not sure I'll get in. Nah, I won't be able to get in here, it's all secured. It's even got lifts as well. Right, so I've seen enough of this building at the moment. I'm going to have to now go and get something to eat because I'm really hungry now. So I reckon a lot of these shops will be open till God knows how late. Probably right into the apps. Oh, cleaning that lines and I flipped it over by accident. Yeah, so I keep getting a glare. It's maybe just the lighting, I don't know. But right, so I'm going to find somewhere. Smell plenty of food. So lots of takeaway stuff. And grab a bite. An article on my YouTube channel much earlier on regarding the Dundee-Whitfield housing scheme. So the building, the scarring blocks have flat roofs just like them. The original ones did, but when they refaced them they put roof apex roofs on them. But they still got the original flat roofs. So but if you look back at the channel, then you could see I've done more than one video on it, more than one article on it as well. Like so, yeah. If I remember, I put the link in the description. I'll probably forget. And on Electric Avenue. I know what the song, the 80s song sounds like. It's a song. So. Past 9 at night and the buses are absolutely mobbed. It doesn't help with the tubes being on strike right enough, but it's mobbed. Still not any heat yet, still looking. I will find it past many places, but I'm just sort of overwhelmed by the scenery. Like. There's so much to choose from, and just getting the important stuff done first, like getting the footage and getting the look round. Then I'll get something to eat. Oh, that's KFC right there, but I want to try something a bit different. So I'm sort of coming into the main central bit. But it's Cold Harbour Lane. I'm just looking at the bus, it's absolutely jam-packed, top to bottom. Say that's 9:30 at night. Absolutely mobbed. Bus is packed. See, Dundee at this time it would be dead. Streets are dead. Nothing in Dundee at this time, right? This is just a Thursday night, by the way. This isn't the weekend, Thursday night. It's Thursday night and it's really absolutely mobbed. Dundee could have been like that. It used to be like that way back, you know, many years. 80s, 90s. But they killed the high street. You know, internet, retail parks, killed the high street. So, it's not much open at nights compared to Dundee, compared to what there is here. I mean, Dundee's got its places that are open at night, but nowhere near to this extent. It's nothing like as busy as this. Dundee isn't even as busy as this during the peak time on a Saturday afternoon. This is just else, the inner areas of London. It's not even in the centre of London. Absolutely mobbed. So I want to go into one of the sort of other places like that. I'm going to walk along Electric Avenue again and get the footage of the other side. So it's the other end of Electric Avenue. So we're going to go in there for a bite to eat. I'm going to try one of these sort of on street food takeaway. Well, there's a sitting in area as well, so I'm going to go there. I'm not going to go to the ones that I've been to before, like KFC and all that. I've done all that, so I want to try something different, something I've not done before. So that's where I'm going to get my tea. But going on 20 to 10 at night. It's late tea, but I always eat it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I was like, oh, I love Korea.
So that was tasty. So I'm going to get myself back to the car then and get back to the hotel because it's getting on. It's quite late now. So I've got to be up early tomorrow for a long drive to Barrow. But on route to Barrow and Furness, I'm going to stop off at the Diddley Squat Farm, Clarkson's Farm. Try the shop. That's the plan anyway. So right, so let's go and get back to the car. This is back in the car. I've had my tea and I'm going to wait to make my way back to the the travel lodge in it. It was about 30 mile drive. So an M25 Thurrock travel lodge. So M25 motorway services. It's the cheapest one. So I mean you get dearer ones, but as I say, there's no point in getting a dear one because I'm going to be out of the hotel most of the time anyway. So that's why I just went for one. It's like it's 1 or 2 stars or something. That'll do me, like, you know, it's got what I need. So that was interesting. Electric Avenue, that was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't really planning on coming specifically here to see that. It was just, I didn't know exactly where it was in Brixton, but I was just in the corner and I was like, oh. So, right, so I'm going to get myself up the road, well, to the hotel, and then I'll get back to you tomorrow. The plan is to get to Jeremy Clarkson's farm shop, or the farm anyway. What I'm going to be able to, if the shop's open, I'll go in it and get something. Hopefully it will be. But I'm going to go and have a look at the general area anyway and see what I could do, and hoping the shop will be open. I think I heard that the restaurant closed down or something, but it's hoping the shop will be still open anyway. That's about 200 miles or so, 200 miles from here. So, well, that was quite a day. I could call it a night of that. Okay, right, I'll catch you later on. Bye for now. So before I go on back again, on the way out of Brixton, I spotted these buildings. Now these look really interesting, so I'm just going to quickly have a look at them before I go back. So I'm going to get out and have a wee look at these buildings, the architecture. It looks quite interesting, and then I'll really have to get back because it's quite tired and up early tomorrow. Right, so it's just the usual drill, just being careful, keeping my wits about us. Well, this is quite interesting. I'm not going to spend too long here though. Crawford Estate. So I kind of get into the buildings, like, you know, to have a look in the corridors, stairwells, because it's all controlled entry. So there it is. So I think I'll just start heading back to the part. I was just having a quick look here, that was all. 1 o'clock at night and that's still open. This is still open even at this time of night. Like 11:05 at night. Gosh. Yeah, there's not much open back in Dundee at this time. Plenty of places. I mean, this particular street's a bit quieter. There's some of the areas in Liverpool. Still it caters for all hours. Plenty of buses out. Buses will be on 24 hours. I'm pretty certain of that. Right, so that'll do it then. I'm just parked over there, so I'm going to have to get back to the hotel. So I just caught this as I was going out. I just looked over here and spotted the buildings. So I think that'll have to do though, really, for this time, because it's really, I'm up early and getting late now. Right, so that'll do it then. Okay, that lens is a bit. Anyway, that'll have to do. Okay, because I've got to get petrol now when I get back. And I'm staying up early tomorrow, so I'll just get the petrol now, save something to do it tomorrow morning. Okay, right, I'll go for now and just you'll see me tomorrow, hopefully at the Dudley Squat Farm, or Clarkson's farm. Okay, bye for now.